37th Circuit Court is now in session with the Honorable Brian K. Kirkham presiding. It is Friday, May 31st, 2024 at 8:33 a.m. and this is 2023-2589 DM. Victoria Vavra versus Jesus de la Torre Vavra. Attorney Schaefer for the plaintiff and Attorney Moldman for the defendant.
Okay, good. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
This is a time and place set for the trial in this matter. Mr. Schaefer, are you ready to proceed?
Ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Mr. Voldevan, are you ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor. I did want to take up one preliminary matter regarding, I guess, the issues that are preserved or that the issues that are going to be presented today. I could be heard briefly on that, Your Honor, regarding whether or not the property issues are removed or if it's just the custody issues or if the court will consider all those issues.
Well, looking back at the case scheduling order in this matter, the issues that were listed as dispute were custody, support, and parenting time. And I do note, I guess, part and parcel of that, some of the issues that have come up, at least in the brief, and that were that there's a dispute over the school district and the tax exemption. So I believe those are the issues the court was aware of.
So Your Honor, that was in reviewing the exhibit list filed by Mr. Schaefer. It appeared to me that there was some property issues that are being disputed, and so what I had asked for the court to make a ruling that those issues have been resolved pursuant to pretrial order and schedule order, and that they are not, they are moved as far as this leaving over the child-related issues.
Your Honor, I guess I think that there are property issues, and I don't have a present recollection of the pretrial, but I know what the order says. There have been items that have come up during discovery since that matter, and there are 3 property issues that I think need to be addressed, and I would request that ability to do so.
Okay, well, the case scheduling order states that it's custody, support, parenting time. The court is not going to entertain property issues when the parties have stated that those issues were resolved and settled, and the case scheduling order does not reserve those particular issues. So the court is not going to go into any property disputes in this matter. So we'll leave it at that, and you can do what you have to do. But I'm not taking those issues up because they were not properly preserved.
Thank you.
Schaefer, do you wish to make an opening statement or proceed to your proofs?
I wish an opening statement, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, you have before you a marriage that took place on July 7th of 2017. There are 3 minor children that are 8, 5, and 2. The parties, to some degree, have dealt with the children issue at this point in time. My client and the defendant separated in January of 23, and during that time they have wandered through and have been given each other an effort to resolve the child issues. And currently the proofs are going to show that for approximately 1 year, they have been following a schedule whereby my client, the mother, has had the 3 children every night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and Monday night, and that the defendant father has had the overnights on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That has continued for approximately 1 year. The proofs are going to show that the defendant father has refused to obtain employment outside of his so-called self-employment, and as a result, approximately a year ago, she obtained full-time employment to make sure that there was insurance on the children, and she has accomplished that. She will testify, and there will be proofs that the best interest of the minor children would be to either maintain the status quo or grant physical custody to my client, the mother, and that there be joint legal custody. There have been some difficulties that she's been trying to navigate for the best interest of the children, including the stability of the home that the defendant maintains for the children, the fact that he has left the children alone numerous times to their detriment. There's going to be proofs that under the criteria of the child custody, that my client is the nurturing parent, that she is the parent that the children look to. She is the stability partner in this relationship. The proofs are going to show my client has purchased a home since they separated, that it is a proper home for the children. The proofs are going to show that where the children live with the father on the 3 nights during the week is a property that is owned by defendant's parents, that it is physically inadequate for the children, in that it's a 1-bedroom house, that there are not bathing facilities in that home for the children, and as a result, any bathing takes place at another residence with the grandparents. The proofs are going to show that there's been a breakdown in the marriage, that there should be a continuation of what the status quo is. If there is complaint, as I anticipate, that the defendant is saying, well, I don't have any weekends, we have tried to remedy that, but he has expressed, the proofs will show, that he is so flexible in his self-employment that he can be with the children during those 3 days that he currently has. But if that is a concern of the court, we have offered to give him a weekend every 5th week and adjust the parenting time accordingly. I think the stability of the children will be shown in that this regiment has worked well enough, and the children have thrived in that regard, and they have dealt with that on a proper basis. Say that that should be continued. There's no reason not to continue that. There should be proper support to be determined, and we are asking that that relief be given at the time that the proofs are done. So that's my opening statement, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Moldovan, do you wish to make an opening statement at this time, waive your opening statement, or reserve your opening statement?
Your Honor, I'll make a brief opening statement.
Okay, go ahead.
So, thank you. So what Mr. Schaefer and I do agree on is obviously that these parties have followed a schedule that is essentially as outlined by Mr. Schaefer. Dad picks up the kids Tuesday morning, has them Tuesday overnight, Wednesday overnight, Thursday overnight, and then mom gets them Friday after school, and has them Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday. Previously, when these parties separated, what you have here is two parents who are trying to probably work out a schedule on their own just to share the week. And if you look at what they've been doing, originally the testimony will show that dad actually had the kids Monday overnight, Tuesday overnight, Wednesday overnight, and Thursday overnight. So it was a 4-3 schedule each week. After a few months, it switched. Last year, they have been doing the schedule where mom is having the kids Monday night instead of dad. However, in order to accommodate that, that schedule requires dad to drive to mother's house, pick up the kids before school, get them around, and then get them to school. So then what you have is dad's doing that school care heavy lifting work Tuesday morning, Tuesday after school, Wednesday morning, Wednesday after school, Thursday morning, Thursday after school, Friday morning, and then after school Friday, and then he meets mom for the exchange after her work schedule. So what that ends up doing there is it allows dad to be the one kind of addressing those needs while mom is off to be able to enjoy the time outside of school with the kids. That schedule just wasn't one that's going to work. And that's why we're here today, Your Honor, to try to get the court to recognize that there is an established custodial environment here, the children, and that is based on essentially an equal parenting time schedule. So again, we'd ask the court to consider the facts and the best interests, and look at that as a schedule of what would be appropriate for these three children. Obviously, one of the issues there that was a concern that we may get into today is the school. These children, two of the children are school age, and they've been attending Gull Lake schools, Richland Public Schools, since the beginning, they started school. This was an agreement the parties reached when they were married, and this is an agreement the parties reached since they separated. And this is an agreement the parties have actually just reconfirmed again for this next school year. So again, they have ties to the community in Gull Lake. They have build bonds and relationships and a home and school record that support keeping the children in that school district. And the evidence we believe will support a essentially equivalent or parent time schedule year round. I don't, we have the summer coming up here. I think the court, I'd ask the court to consider a schedule there that allows the father to have an equal amount of time with the children as mother. And again, I think the proofs will show that based on that and the relatively similar incomes of the parties, that the child support issue is really is going to be minimal, if anything. So I'd ask the court to review after hearing the evidence, to make a decision in the best interest of the kids, which I believe is a joint physical custody and joint parenting time arrangement. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Schaefer, you want to call your first witness?
Yes, I would call Victoria Vavra.
Okay. Ma'am, if you would, raise your right hand. We'll have you sworn in, then we'll proceed.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Schaefer, when you're ready.
Okay, would you state your full name for the record and spell your last name, please?
Victoria Vavra, and Vavra is Vavra.
And you are the plaintiff in this divorce action, is that correct?
Yes.
And you have filed a complaint in this matter, and you've alleged that there's been a breakdown in the marriage relationship to the extent there's no reasonable likelihood of saving the marriage. Is that a true statement?
Yes.
And is there any chance of saving the
No.
And would you briefly state to the judge the reason for the breakdown?
We ended up having disagreements on where we were living or jobs or health insurance for the kids. So at some point I left and did that myself.
Okay. And is there any chance of saving the marriage?
No.
And in relation to the three children, have you and your husband made an effort to set forth a routine for the children?
Yes.
And what is the current routine of the children for parenting time?
I have the kids Friday right after school, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I get them up and ready for school on Tuesday, and then he picks them up and drops them off.
And then you get the children back on the next Friday, and is that the routine every week?
Yes.
And how long has that been going on?
I think over a year now.
And was there a time that you were a stay-at-home mother?
Yes, for most of our marriage.
And so prior to the last year, you were a stay-at-home mother and cared for the 3 children.
Right.
And what was the main reason that you went back and obtained full-time employment?
The kids needed health insurance.
And did you urge your husband to accomplish that need?
Yeah, for years.
And what requests had you made of him to do that?
I just needed him to, if I was going to stay home, to have a job so we could have an adequate housing or bathtubs or health insurance, because their teeth were literally falling out.
And did he obtain full-time employment to do that?
No, and his excuse always was that the kids, they were little, so they don't need health care or dentist visits. They're too small for it.
So what full-time employment did you obtain?
I got a job at Gallagher Uniform in Battle Creek.
And was that a prior year ago at the time that you separated?
Yes. It was
And,
a couple months before we separated.
Okay. In 2000, what was your income?
What was that? Will you say that again?
In 2023, how much was your income?
On my taxes this year, I think I claimed 53 or 56, somewhere in there, with
Okay.
both jobs, real estate.
Okay, and you had 2 jobs during that time. Gallagher's and what else?
Gallagher, and I am a realtor.
Okay. And did you make to shape your time period at Gallagher's to complement your obligations with the children?
I did. I had to switch a schedule, and then so that I always have Mondays off. I used to take a random day off to help them, but I told them I can't do that anymore for the kids. And I also have them switch it. So I come in super late every single Tuesday, and they have been accommodating that for months.
So the current schedule that you are on, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, you are available for the children. Is that correct?
At all times.
At all times. And your employer has accommodated that time period for you so that you are available?
Yes.
Okay. Has that worked, that schedule worked for the children?
It has. It's worked great.
Are the children appear to be comfortable with that program?
Yeah.
I think that calls for speculation.
Well, he didn't ask what they said. I guess I'll allow him to go into that if she can identify a basis for it.
Okay. Next is why do you come to the conclusion that they are comfortable with that schedule that you currently have?
I mean, they're happy, and the schedule's consistent.
All right. And where do you live at the present time? And describe the physical outlay of that home.
I redid the house, and then it has 3 bedrooms and a bathroom with a bathtub, which the kids had not had in years, and a washer and dryer, which the kids had also not had in years. So it's a normal family home.
And do the children have their separate bedrooms?
Eli and Everly share a bedroom, and then Ava has her own bedroom.
Okay. Are you familiar with where they live when they are with your husband?
Yes, I used to live there. So
You used to live there. Describe that location, would you please?
there is one actual bedroom. The other bedroom that he'll claim is there is really another living room with no actual doors on it. There's no bathtub, so the kids have always had to bathe in the sink, which is fine when they're babies, but they're not There's no washer and dryer, so that makes that a pain. So they do all that at their grandma and grandpa's house instead because it's not provided at their house.
So the facility where the kids are at with the dad has no ability other than a sink to bathe. Is that accurate?
There's a shower. There's a shower, but the kids are too little for that at this point.
Okay. Was that a bone of contention at the time that you lived there with your husband and the children?
Yes, it was one of our biggest problems.
And there's no washer and dryer there?
No, there's none of that either.
And when you were living with your husband at that location, how did you accomplish the washing of clothes?
I would either take them to his parents' house and walk them across a couple of yards, or I would go to a laundromat.
Okay. And who owns that property?
His parents.
How would you describe your relationship with the children?
We have a strong relationship. Normal mother roles. I think they find a lot of comfort being with me.
Objection, calls
and-
for speculation.
Good.
What was that?
Then objection, calls for speculation.
Well, if she can set a foundation.
And why do you say that they look for you for comfort?
Because I'm consistent. I'm always there. And when I say something's going to happen, it happens. I feel like at Dad's house, it's a bunch of empty promises. They come home with all these wild ideas. And when they don't happen, they're confused. So.
Objection, Your Honor. I'm going to call for that hearsay response and ask that be stricken. Has no foundation.
There was no hearsay, Your Honor.
Yeah, what's the hearsay, Mr.
She
Mullen?
said in Dad's house, they come home with wild thoughts and beliefs. Well, how would she know?
Well, she didn't identify any hearsay from any other parties other than, again, maybe the fact that the condition happens. I'm going to overrule the objection.
Thank you.
Do you have consistent rules in your home?
I do.
And during the 4 days during each week that you have the children, are you the person who is the caretaker for the children?
On Tuesday?
No, on the 4 days that you have the children each week.
Yes. No one ever watches the kids. I take them everywhere they go. They are never babysat. I am with them the whole time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And are you providing insurance coverage for the children?
I am for $345 a month.
And prior to your separation, is there any insurance for the children?
No, there was Medicaid on and off through the years and things of that nature. But we always had to try to come up with cash when the kids' teeth got bad enough or whatnot.
And as a result of the insurance, have you provided the appointments for the medical and dental work for the children?
I have.
And are there co-pays that come due to those appointments?
Yes,
And who has paid those?
I have.
And has your husband expressed to you his opinion about taking the children to medical appointments or urgent care if needed?
Yeah, he does not think that, he thinks it's a waste of time, and he has told the kids multiple times that doctors are bad and medicine is bad and all these things, but it's just the base of not wanting to carry health insurance.
And was that one of the reasons for the breakdown in your relationship?
Yes, that was another big reason.
Do you have the capacity and the inclination to give love and affection to the kids?
Of course.
And has there been any religion in the children's lives from either you or your husband?
No.
Your income of the $53,000 or $56,000 a year, is that sufficient for you to provide for the children's needs?
It is.
And have you been able to do so?
I have.
During the time this last year of the separation, has your husband provided any support to you?
No, I think he paid for one dentist bill that I'm aware of, but since he doesn't think they need to go, I don't think he feels obligated to support that.
All right, so as a result, he has not supported the payment other than the one time that you mentioned?
Correct.
You have owned this home for what period of time? How long have you owned it?
A little over a year.
And who lives in this home?
Just me and the kids.
Is there anybody else romantically involved in your life at the present time?
No.
And is there any anticipation that that circumstance is going to change other than you and the kids in the home?
No.
Do you feel that that is a proper place for the children to live?
I do.
In comparison to what they are living in at the present time at the dad, since you've lived there, is there a difference in the quality of the structure of that home, of those two homes?
There is, and it's too small, so it's full of clutter. So the kids and Ava is old enough to have her own room, but she's sharing it with brother and sister, or they all just sleep in his room, or I don't know what they do over there. But
Ava is the oldest child, is that correct?
she is.
And she is 8 years old?
She is 9 now.
She's 9. And the children currently go to Gold Lake schools, is that correct?
They do, which is not in district for either of us.
And so there's 2 of the 3 children in school at the present time?
Yes.
And what grade is Ava in?
Ava is in 3rd grade.
And what grade is Everly in?
Everly is in kindergarten.
And distance-wise and location-wise, what is your preference as to where the children should go to school in the future based on the current locations of you and your husband?
I would prefer they go to Penfield schools. It's a closer drive, or it would be the same drive for him that he drives to Gull Lake, but it would be closer for me. Right now, I think I do 23 minutes one way to go to their school.
Okay. And are they going to be available for the Penfield school district either by school of choice or because of being in the district?
It would be school of choice.
Okay. And is there any particular reason that the children should not go to Penfield in your estimation?
No.
Okay. How is your health, physical health?
Good.
How is your mental health?
Good.
And have you ever been convicted of a crime?
I have not.
Has your husband been convicted of a crime?
There are DUIs and such, but other than that, I don't think.
Okay. And how long ago were the DUIs?
One of them would have been before we were together, and then the second was in 2015, I think.
And
Your Honor, I just want to object. I don't know if there's a foundation or how she would know that if Mr. Schaefer can lay that. I'm curious to see why she believes that.
Okay, well, maybe you can address that, Mr. Schaefer.
well, I can, but that's certainly subject to cross-examination. How do you know that he's had 2 DUIs?
Because he didn't have a license for quite a while.
And did you have conversation with him concerning why he didn't have a license?
Of course.
And did he express to you that he had DUIs?
Yeah, I was with him. I was in a relationship with him when he got them.
Okay, so you were aware from personal knowledge that he was dealing with DUIs.
Of course.
And during the last year or 2 years, what has his drinking habits been?
Can I get Your Honor, can I get I just want to object on that. I don't know if that question's a little broad and maybe it encompasses times when these parties obviously have separated. So I don't know if she'd have a foundation to make to testify as that.
Well, if she has knowledge, then she can testify and you can cross-examine.
Yeah, thank you.
If you know what has his drinking habits been the last couple of years?
When I was living at the house, he was not drinking.
Okay. How are the kids doing in school?
They're doing good.
Okay.
They've missed a lot of school due to appointments and being sick this year, but good overall.
Okay. And do you believe that the children have a preference as to where they should be?
I do. I think.
Okay.
I'm going to object as to the rest of that response.
I'll sustain
I didn't
that.
ask any other question.
Okay. Well, she started to answer anyway, but ma'am, you can't say what the kids have told you about their preference.
Okay. Do the kids appear to be content and happy with you under the current schedule?
Yes.
Are you willing and have you encouraged the children to have a good relationship with their father?
Of course. And they're able to contact each other at all and any time.
And have you had difficulty when the children are at your husband's home to have a telephonic contact with them?
He will let me call them, but he will not allow me to text them at all. He shuts all that off.
Has he expressed to you why he will not allow you to text them?
He says it's not appropriate, but he also allows them to watch any type of YouTube or movies or anything else.
An objection as to a speculation, lack of foundation.
Again, if she can lay a foundation.
Okay. And how do you know that, other than what the children may have told you, that they get to watch YouTube and other things at his home?
I mean, their iPads go back and forth, and obviously they have internet at dad's, but their iPads go back and forth with them that I pay for every month.
Okay, so the kids have iPads, do they?
Yes, I paid for an iPad for each kid with their line on it so they can contact me.
All right, and so you're the sole support of those electronics, is that correct?
Yes.
And does your husband request that they go with the children when they go to his place?
I guess not really a request, but it's just they always go with the kids.
Okay. Has it come to your attention that the children are left alone at your husband's home?
2 separate occasions, Ava has turned back
Objection.
on the
Object that, I think she's getting into the hearsay here, Your Honor.
Your Honor, she hasn't said hearsay, and I don't anticipate she's going to say hearsay.
Okay, well, be careful with, again.
Okay, I understand. Have you received notification from your children they've been left alone?
Yes, on 2 separate occasions.
Okay. And have you talked to your husband about those circumstances?
He will deny them.
Okay. Did you have to deal with texts when your children were alone?
Yes, with Ava multiple times.
Does this concern you?
Of course.
Do you believe that children of the age of 8, 5, and 9, 5, and 2 are old enough to be left alone?
No.
Have you had that discussion with your husband?
I mean, I would think that's self-explanatory that they should not be left alone, so not really.
Okay. Has there been any domestic violence in your relationship?
No.
What is your desire as to a permanent order in relation to custody and parenting time with the 3 children?
I would like them to be with me as much as possible to keep everything consistent.
Is the current situation consistent in your opinion?
Yes, it's working where the kids are never in daycare and don't need to be babysat.
All right. Are you asking that be continued?
I am.
And and this is taken place for over the last year?
Yes.
Has your husband expressed to you any complaint about the current situation?
Yes, he complains that he doesn't have weekends, but we tried to mediate those in, but he was not willing.
Okay. And has he expressed to you that he's available for the children because of his self-employment during the time period that he has the children?
Yes, there's no work schedule for him.
And from your understanding, what is his employment?
He will have a family member or him purchase a house, and then he'll put money into it, and then they sell it and split the profits. So they all kind of flip together.
All right. And if in fact the judge feels that there should be a weekend availability, if you keep the same schedule, are you willing to give him the 5th weekend with adjustment of 1 more day for you during the week?
Of course.
Okay, Your Honor, I want to share a screen on an exhibit, and I've clicked and I've got host is disabled.
Yes. Try it again now, Mr. Schaefer. It should let you.
Okay, thank you.
And if you could, Mr. Schaefer, identify what that is for us so that I can follow.
Yes, I'm going to go to my exhibit 3.
The ledger record.
Yes.
Okay, I don't, hold on, I gotta get to that.
Okay, just a minute, Your Honor, I got.
You said 3. I think they've got it. Can you see that?
No, nothing is sharing yet.
Okay, let me. All right. And all right. Oh,
Does it go beyond that?
okay, now is it there?
We're only seeing your exhibit file, but maybe you just
Oh,
double click.
I see. Now I understand. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, now it should be right.
No, we don't have it
Nope.
yet.
Why isn't it working? Um. You're sharing. Why is this not sharing? Oh, there it is. Oh, I see. Okay. Now is it there?
Yes, now we have it.
Perfect. Excellent. Sorry about that.
Yep, remember what you did this time so you can duplicate it.
Okay. Okay, just one more. Okay. I'm referring to Exhibit 3, the guarantor ledger report. Victoria, do you see that document?
I do.
And can you tell me what that document is?
This is part of the bills I have paid for the kids' dentist.
Okay, and this is in 2022, it appears, is that correct?
2, and then there should be more recent ones too.
Okay, and were the children in need of dental work?
Yes, they'd have multiple teeth pulled and crowns put in and all sorts of stuff.
And had you made that request that the dental work be done during the time that you and your husband were living together?
I was, but we did not have any type of insurance.
Okay. And your testimony is that you made all of the payments indicated on that document. Is that correct?
Yes.
I would offer 3 into evidence, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Meldovan,
No objection, Your Honor.
okay. Plaintiff's Exhibit 3 will be admitted. There be no objection.
Okay. Shit. I guess, Your Honor, the next one is Exhibit 4. Yeah, just a moment. It doesn't seem to be coming up. Is it sharing anything other than the Exhibit 4?
No,
Sign?
no.
All right, a second. Well, you're gonna have to look for the same process.
Click up here. And where it says share, you're on number 4, and you just select number 4.
It's just a second.
And then you just scroll down over in the middle.
Here?
Yeah, no, yeah, right there.
Doesn't go.
Oh, you just have this one.
Yeah, it doesn't go. Okay. Victoria, do you see the ledger on Exhibit 4?
I do.
And what does that indicate?
More bills that I've paid for the dentist.
And is that for the year 2004, or at least April 2004?
Yes,
And have you made all those payments?
yes,
And did you attend to those dental appointments with the children?
I did.
I'd have offer 400 evidence, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Moldovan, any response?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. The plaintiff's Exhibit 4 will be admitted.
Okay. Victoria, back to the work schedule. If in fact the work schedule were to be changed, how would that affect your employment and your ability to be with the children?
I would have to try to find a different job on the schedule that whatever I get with them.
All right. And have either of you had full-time employment prior to your current full-time employment with Gallagher?
No, not for years.
And has your husband contributed back to the cost of the insurance of the $345 a month during this time that you've had that for the last year?
No.
No further question this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Mullivan, any cross-examination?
Yes, sure. Thank you, Your Honor. So Ms. Vavra, so your attorney just asked you about the cost of health insurance, and you indicated Jesse has not contributed towards that since you separated?
Correct.
What about when you separated your assets? Didn't we account for 1 year's worth of health insurance in that division?
No, not at all.
You received more money from the bank accounts than Jesse did, is that correct?
I don't think that is correct, no.
And you don't recall you guys discussing how much a year's worth of health insurance cost, and then Mr. Vavra including that amount in the calculation as an advance on the health insurance?
No.
Okay. So you asked, let's quickly go. So exhibit 3 and exhibit 4, those are dental bills for the kids
Yes.
that were admitted into evidence. Okay. Do you have a date that you presented those to Jesse for reimbursement?
I do not.
Have you ever sent those to Jesse and asking him to reimburse you for half those costs?
He always knows that we're going, but he does not agree that they need to go. So.
Okay. But in fact, you've never asked him to reimburse you for those costs?
No, because I know his answer.
Okay. What was your work? What is your current work schedule? I think Mr. Schaefer asked you that, but what is it? So what do you work on Sunday?
I don't work on Sunday.
Okay. And what do you work on Monday?
I don't work on Monday. I've changed the work schedule to not work Mondays.
Okay. And so Sunday, Monday you don't work. So Tuesday you work from when to when?
Yep. I've changed the schedule to come in at 8:30. So that way Jesse can come get them after I get them ready for school.
Okay, so 8:30 a.m. you're at work, and then you work until late 5 o'clock or whenever.
Yeah, 5:30ish or whenever I can leave.
Okay. Wednesday, what's your work schedule?
It depends on the route I'm running.
Typical work schedule?
Anywhere from going in around 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. at the latest.
Okay, and then until sometime in the afternoon, I assume?
Yeah,
right.
Probably anywhere from 4:30 to 9, depending on the route.
Okay. And then Thursday, is that same schedule Thursday?
Same Thursday and same Friday.
And same Friday. On Fridays, are you able to get off early enough to like 3 o'clock?
I can be off early enough to pick them up from school, but Jesse will not allow me to pick them up from school.
Okay, so Jesse on Friday, under the current arrangement, Tuesday morning, Jesse comes to your home, picks up the 3 kids, and then takes them to school. And then the next time you see the kids will be Friday at 6 o'clock, or what time is it that you and Jesse meet to exchange?
He will allow me to pick them up at 4:20.
Okay, so Jesse takes the kids to and from school all day long, both times Tuesday, both times Wednesday, both times Thursday, and essentially both times on Friday, currently, right?
I know he drops them off, but I also know his parents pick them up. So he might do half of the running.
And so it's someone other than you, right?
Right.
Okay, but under the current arrangement on a Monday, it's all you.
Right.
Okay. So Mr. Schaefer asked you, you you said, of course, you would be able to address or give him weekends if need be. Is that right?
Yes, we tried to mediate that multiple times.
Okay, and so, and you and he have discussed various, parenting time schedules that's not exactly the same as what you're currently doing, correct?
I've tried other things, but I would have to get a different job to accommodate whatever that is. To
Okay,
keep
well,
health.
well, based on this, on your current schedule though, Fridays, you're able to meet the kids after school, right?
Yep,
Okay, currently the Tuesday, you said you go in early.
late.
But you were able to adjust your Monday, so so Tuesday you were able to adjust to 8:30, right?
Yeah, so I can get them up and ready for school.
Okay, so you go to work later on Tuesday than you do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Right.
Okay. And so in regards to other changes, what about week on, week off in the summer? Is there any issue with you guys sharing something that's consistent with the parent time policy?
You're saying 1 week at my house and 1 week at his?
Yeah. Have you reviewed the Calhoun County parenting time policy?
I don't know if I have.
That's okay. Do you have you said you would accommodate a different schedule. Could you accommodate a week on, week off in the summertime?
No, I don't. There's no one to watch the kids.
Okay, well, during the time that you work, right?
Right.
So, if you had the kids on a day that you worked, would you put them in daycare possibly?
I guess they would probably have to on daycare. That's why our current schedule keeps the kids completely out of daycare on both sides.
Okay. Do you have family in the area?
I do not, because I have to stay towards Skull Lake schools. So
Where's your family from?
I am trying to get back to Marshall.
Okay, so you have family in the area in Calhoun County in Marshall, right?
Right. About
Okay,
45 minutes away from Gull Lake, but yeah.
okay, but that's not necessarily from your home though. You live on Redner, right? Penfield
Right.
Township?
Yes.
Okay. And that's not Penfield Schools. I think that's actually Battle Creek Central Schools.
Correct.
Okay, so if the court were to modify the school that your children will attend this fall, Penfield would still be a school of choice, right?
It would, but it'd be halfway.
You'd have to ask the court or the school to allow their enrollment.
Right.
Okay, similar to what you did with Gull Lake, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's go back to that schedule. And I think did you guys discuss flip-flopping the schedule where you would have all the weekdays and Jesse would have all the weekends?
I did. I was going to take a weekend job and work 3 12 shifts, and then I could be with the kids 5 days a week and he can have all the weekends.
Okay, so you have the flexibility that you could work that schedule into play, right?
I mean,
Okay.
I'll need to quit my job and apply for another one, but yes, I would be willing to try that too.
So your job, you said you are employed by Gallagher Uniform, right?
Yep, and I'm a real estate agent. Yes,
And you still maintain your realtor license?
I do.
Okay, and when you and Mr. Vavra were together, you were the realtor and you helped market these homes that you guys would flip, right?
Right, one every couple of years, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you have income from that job, right?
Most of the years we claimed losses, so no, not income, but I had a license.
But you have the ability to work for a brokerage to pursue realty full time.
All real estate agents work under a brokerage, but yes, that's currently what I'm doing.
Okay, and you are under a brokerage right now?
Yes, you have to be.
So you could, and obviously realtors don't have set hours, do they?
They also don't have health insurance.
Okay, but that's something that's certainly available to purchase, isn't it?
Yeah, and dad could purchase that as well.
Good, I think, and that's an option as well, right?
If he wants to go get a job or purchase that, which is
All right.
not going to be affordable, but yes.
So you also, you made that, you proposed flip-flopping the parenting time schedule so that dad would have every weekend and you would have all the weekdays. Do you believe that's in the best interest of the kids?
I think it definitely could be, as long as I
Okay.
can make that job happen.
And so with a different schedule, I think one of the schedules we proposed was a 2-2-5-5 schedule. Do you recall that?
I consistently go to work with a 2-2-5-5
Okay.
schedule and
Well,
keep the kids out of a daycare.
So, let me think about this. So right now, during the school year, you get Friday afternoon, Saturday and Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday morning, right?
Correct.
Okay, so if you did a 2-2-5-5 schedule, let's just say your days were Monday and Tuesday, okay? Currently you get Monday, right?
Right.
Okay, so Tuesday, that would be the only difference is instead of you only having the kids till 8:30 in the morning, you would be responsible for that extra day. Is that right? If we did a 2-2-5-5?
Well, I'm at work, but then I lose the weekend.
Okay, well, but you still get a weekend, right? Because if you have your 5-5, you would get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. There's your 5 days. You understand that schedule?
I understand. I just think with all the flexibility that he has and not having to pay any of those bills, it is in best interest of the kids, and they have most time with both parent as it is now.
Okay, well, but you did make these other proposals too, that is a different schedule than as it is right now, right?
Right, and you guys rejected all of that.
And you're willing to accommodate, of course, to give him weekend time, right?
Right,
Okay.
every weekend.
So think about that 2-2-5-5 schedule that I asked you about. So if we looked at 2 weeks, all right, here you would have week 1, let's just say Monday, Tuesday, right? So the difference there.
Monday because I'll be working Tuesday, but yes.
Yeah, all right, and then he would have Wednesday and Thursday, and let's just say that it's your weekend, so you'd have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. There's your 5. Okay, so in that 2-week schedule, you had the kids 2 days on Monday, Tuesday, and then 5 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, right?
Right.
Okay, so the only difference from what you're currently doing for that 2 week is the Tuesday making it an overnight. You see that?
I just think
I don't think that is accurate for what he's suggesting, but it'll be whatever it is.
For that time, for that week and a half that I just described, the only change there is the Tuesdays, right? Basically.
I mean, I don't think so, but
That's fine. So I'll move on, but you're certainly willing to consider other arrangements, right?
yeah, we've tried.
Okay. And, if we're looking at the school year, so if you had the kids on Monday, you would take them to school and they have school, right? And you pick them up after school. That's what you do.
Right.
Okay. So Tuesday you would take them to school and then pick them up, right?
While I'm at work. Yeah, I understand the idea of it, but I would be unavailable.
Okay. So when you and Mr. Vavro separated, is it true that the actual schedule was where Jesse had Monday overnight, Tuesday overnight, Wednesday overnight, and Thursday overnight, and then you had Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Is that correct?
For a couple weeks until I negotiated work
So that's correct, right?
for a
Yes.
couple weeks, not
Okay.
a long amount of time.
So you did that for a couple weeks per your testimony, and then you changed that, so instead you started having them Tuesday overnight, right? No, Monday
Correct.
overnight, Monday overnight.
Right.
Yeah, but you still weren't able to you still had relied on Jesse to get the kids to their school on Tuesday morning. Yes, okay. Which requires Jesse to obviously make sure he's available Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right?
But his parents do half the running, but yes, he's available for the morning.
What's that? What'd you say? Sorry.
I said his parents do half of the running of the kids
Okay.
to school. So yeah, he takes them to school.
Okay, and his parents who live next door or in the same area as Jesse and the kids?
Right.
And this is where you lived when you guys were together.
Yes, for a few
And
years.
it's like this family compound that his brother lives next door and his parents live.
His brother doesn't live in the state, but he owns a house next door.
Oh,
but he's
okay.
lived in North Dakota for years.
Okay. And this is where you obviously lived for a number of years while the kids were there.
Right.
Right? Okay. You've never, since you've separated, you guys have never been to court over a parenting time dispute, right? Other than this one.
Right.
You've never filed any complaints that the kids are being neglected or somehow not being properly cared for during dad's time.
No, I've not filed complaints. No.
Right. You never contacted CPS, Child
No.
Protective Services? No. In fact, there's been no court action. You guys have been able to work and deal with the child parenting time schedule for the most part, but for a permanent schedule, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, when you guys went from Jesse having that Monday night overnight and you moved it to you keeping the kids for that longer weekend, that's been an area of contention all along, hasn't it?
I mean, it wasn't at the beginning.
Okay. But Jesse has repeatedly asked you for a different schedule, right?
Right.
And you've reassured him multiple times that you would consider another schedule.
Not necessarily another schedule. But we tried to mediate a weekend in there with the same schedule that we have now.
Okay. And did you also propose that where if you got the weekdays, you would want a weekend at some point in time, right?
No, that's not what we put in there. I would have them 5 days a week and Jesse could have weekends because that was his main complaint is he had no weekends. So we tried that as well.
Okay, so you would be okay with a schedule that would not give you any weekends with the kids?
I would if I had them 5 days a week.
Okay, and but based on where you currently work, you don't have the flexibility that built in to get them to school 5 days a week, do you?
No, I'll have to change jobs.
So you become a realtor full-time or work somewhere else that provides insurance?
Right, realtors don't have insurance. So yes, I would have to find another job that provided insurance, unless Jesse wants to provide that full time.
Okay. So, and again, your kid's Ava is 9 now.
Correct.
She's finishing up 3rd grade. Will we start in 4th grade next year?
Right.
Okay. Everly is 6, so she's just mentioned kindergarten, be 1st grade next year? Yes.
Yep.
And then Eli is 3.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys have been separated since January of 2023, so about a year and a half.
Right.
Okay. So over that past year and a half, the kids have been going back and forth to your house and to his house, right?
Right.
All right, so Mr. Schaefer, your attorney asked you about your house. You purchased this house after you and Jesse separated?
Right.
And square footage wise, is it similar in size to the house that you lived in with Jesse?
It is definitely bigger, but I mean, it's not way bigger.
Okay.
A
And
100 square feet bigger.
who lives there with you?
Just my kids and me.
Okay. I think, I thought I heard you say you do not have a boyfriend currently. Is that true?
It is true.
Who's Mario Burns?
Mario Burns is someone I was dating.
Up until when?
For a little while. Maybe a month and a half ago, maybe.
You're not dating him any longer?
No, it is not anyone I'm seeing.
Okay. Prior to you date, how long did you date him for?
I mean, I don't know if I would really consider it dating, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
The kids have met him, right?
Right, they have.
And he stayed over at the house while the kids were there?
No, they just never stayed at the house when the kids were present.
Okay.
When the kids are at the house, they are the only ones at the house.
Were you guys Mother's Day weekend? Was he around?
Yes, he was.
All right. And the kids were around?
Yes.
Okay. But you haven't been with him since, is what you're telling me?
Correct.
So Mother's Day weekend was 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, whenever.
Okay. But you just said you haven't dated him for a month and a half, but.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
throwing out a number, but yes, since Mother's Day weekend then.
Okay, so 2 weekends ago.
Right.
Okay. So now you said it takes you about 15 to 20 minutes to get to Richland schools, the Lake schools?
23.
23 minutes?
Right.
Is that to the elementary school?
That is to Ryan Intermediate.
Okay, so that's where your oldest will be going next year, right?
She goes there this year, but yes.
Oh, okay. But your youngest goes to Hickory, Kellogg. Okay, so that's actually, I would say, closer to your house, right? You pass through Hickory Corners to get to John Ryan, right?
No, you don't pass through Hickory Corners to go there, but
Is it on the way?
No, it's not on the way, but I drop her off first, go on a main road and cut down right a couple miles, and then you come back, and then you drive all the way to Ryan.
Okay, but this was a school that you guys agreed to enroll them in 2021, right?
Right, yeah, we did school of choice.
Sorry, probably, I meant 2020, actually, right?
Right, they've always went there.
They've always gone to school there, all right, and in fact, there's the family here has a pretty, deep connection to the Gull Lake schools, is that fair to say?
Jesse's parents had taught there, so that's why they wanted them to go there. So that's what we did.
Besides that, is his dad went there, right? Jesse went there, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Uncles, cousins, they all graduated from the Gull Lake schools, right?
Right.
Both of his parents were teachers there, at the school, and principal, administrator?
Yeah.
Okay. And you worked there, didn't you?
I drove a school bus there for a few months.
So I believe did you reach out to the school superintendent at one point in time regarding the school of choice election?
of course, because I dealt with all the kids' stuff. I was a stay-at-home mom, so of course I got them into Gull Lake schools.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I marked as exhibit, looks like C maybe. This is when I get to show my technology inefficiencies, so.
Good luck.
All right, is this, I think I see something here. Okay, this is why I'm trying to do this. All right, what the heck? All right, let's try that again. Sorry, just 1 second. Hey, Emily, come in here, please.
D, I think he's saying, but I don't have anything for Defendant.
Hey, Your Honor, any chance we can take like a 10-minute break right now? I'm gonna, in fact, I gotta figure this out because I can't get that to open for some reason.
Okay, well, as you're doing that, I guess I'll just have you check too. I don't have any of your exhibits, Mr. Moldovan.
Print, but I did check, they are in the file.
No. Okay.
Are they? I know we sent them a few weeks ago. I can tell you exactly, but.
Well, just so you know, that case scheduling orders provides that I have to have paper copies to be provided to the court, so.
Where there wasn't a paper copy that was delivered?
No, if you file the paper copy, you file them with the clerk's office, but not with my office, so.
Oh, I think that's maybe what happened. I know I had a runner from Battle Creek bring them in there, so that's why.
Okay. So I'm just saying for your purposes, they may be in the computer someplace, but I don't have them, so.
Gotcha,
For
okay.
what it's worth. Why don't we take a 10-minute recess and you can work that out as far as getting your exhibits.
Okay.
All right, very good. We'll pause the record here for a moment. I'm gonna put everybody back in the waiting room, okay?